Hello, welcome to my workshop. So in today's video I wanted to take you along the process that I take to make baseboard trim molding for my house. So in my house my trim molding is 4.5 inches tall, and then on the front bottom lip I have a 1/2 inch by 3/4 inch round over. Some of this you could buy in the store, but when you go to look to purchase these tiny little pieces, it's easily $10. I've come up with a better way of doing this where I'm buying a 1x6 piece of select pine, and I can use the whole piece to make the back part and also the front lip. So stick around and I'll show you how I do that in this video. Hey there, so it's so nice outside, I figured I would bring you outside to my outside workshop, which is a picnic table that I actually made as well. It's a little bit cold, but you know what, who cares? So here's what we have to work with. I've got a 12-footer of 1x6 and then two 8-foot 2x6s. I essentially basically need one length that's going to be almost 12 foot, and the other one is actually closer to 16, so that's why I have two 8s to make that up. So here is an example of the cut that I'm going to make. This is a side profile of just a scrap piece of wood. We're going to have the baseboard. I'm trying to get it so you can see. This is the baseboard, the one that's going to go right against the wall. All of the black parts are the parts that are going to be taken off either by the trim router or the hand planer. And my trim router bit I have doesn't necessarily cut this exact curve, so most of it I'll get with the router and then I'll finish it off with the hand planer. But to make the most out of this wood, I'm going to make my little shoe molding for the bottom out of the leftover that I have. So all I'm going to be left over is this little piece. And it's almost the same thickness to make another one, but by the time I cut this, the 1/8 inch of the circular saw is going to take out too much and won't be usable. But we'll cut that at the end. So first I'm going to cut these two router edges. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is lay another board on the top, and that's going to act as a guide for my saw to rest against. And so to do that, on my saw particularly, I have 1.5 inches between edge of the blade and the side that I'm going to write on. You know, obviously you can use either side, but for my case I'm going to have to use this side. So to accomplish cutting that, I want to set my board 1.5 inches away from the cut that I want. This is the cut which is at 1/2 inch, so adding 1.5 inches is 2. But the blade itself is going to cut about 1/8 of an inch off, or somewhere around that, so I add a little bit more, about 1/8 inch more. And then when I go to clamp this board on there, I will take this board, hopefully you can see it with the shadow, and just line it up with that mark and then throw a clamp on it. Okay, and there we have it. Everything's done now. I've got my shoe molding, and then I got my baseboard molding here. Turned out really good. I utilized everything. I've got about 1/8 inch strip left over, so great way to utilize an entire piece of wood. Hope you got something out of this video. If you did, let me know in the comments below. And also, please be sure to give me a thumbs up. I got a lot more to finish here, so I'm going to keep on going, and I'll show you a couple pictures of what it looks like. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.